Hi, friends. I'm Tom Hogue with Self Defense for You, and this is your tip of the week. All right. This goes out to all parents. We're going to be talking about stranger awareness. This week, we're dealing with strangers, especially in our Little Dragons class, our 3 to 5-year-old class. In this class, we talk about, well, what is a stranger? The answer is someone I don't know. Well, do we talk to strangers? No, we don't talk to strangers. Do we go anywhere with strangers? No, we don't go anywhere with strangers. Do we take anything from strangers? No, we do not take anything from strangers. But yet, you offer a child $1, a cookie, a video game, or a puppy, and they'll walk right out the door with you a lot of the time. So we have to train our children that a stranger is going to try to trick you. They'll try to use everything in the book to get you outside the door, outside the park, wherever it is. So most of the time, little kids stay with their parents, but every once in a while they wander off. And the older they get, maybe around 6, 7, 8, or 9, they're like, Mom, Dad, we're in the store. Can I go to the toy section? Sure, go ahead. Well, parents, I don't know if you've known, but if you watch a lot of things on Facebook or the news, there are a lot of abductions happening at different stores. So be careful to let your children roam around stores by themselves. So one thing I always teach all the children, from 3 to 5 to 6 to 12, even 12 to 17, don't do anything without asking your parents first. And when the kids get this in their head, even if their best friend says, hey, you want to come out and play? Well, I have to ask my mom and dad. Maybe, most of the time, Grandma and Grandpa give you stuff. You don't have to ask. Grandma and Grandpa, when it's family, you don't have to ask. But when it's a teacher or something else, unless you know it's okay, you need to be careful about taking things or going anywhere with anyone. So as a martial arts instructor, I actually try to trick my children and go, hey, I got a puppy in the car. You want to come with me? They'll get up, start walking towards the door, and I'll stop and say, are you supposed to go anywhere with anyone without asking your parents? Oh, no. And then they run and go ask their parents. So we want to make sure that we are smarter than the strangers. We don't want to be freaked out and scared to death of strangers, but we want to know what to do in case a stranger talks to us, tries to grab us, or actually picks us up and starts trying to take us out of a store or out of a park. So our next step we're going to talk about is when children are lost in a store, what do? Well, they've been trained, don't talk to strangers. So parents, here's one thing you want to do. You need to point out all the time. Okay, if you ever get lost, you always want to go to a specific store where a person wears a badge, name tag, and they work behind a cash register, and they need to make sure the children know their name and their mom and dad's name and even a phone number so someone can call you in case they get lost. That's the only time. We can talk to policemen, someone wearing a badge, a security person, but if they want to take us outside that store, we can't go. So teach your children who they can talk to if they get lost. There are some good strangers that they have to be able to talk to. Next, what if a stranger grabs them? So I tell the children, most important, first thing you do is you scream your guts out. You scream, stranger, stranger, stranger. And in martial arts class, I don't like kids screaming so loud that it pops my eardrums and my eyes pop out. But when they're doing stranger awareness, I let them scream that loud. I want them to be that loud, and all the parents are doing this. But it's for their safety that we do that. So children need to be able to scream, stranger, 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 and you need to practice that at home. Practice, grab them, and have them scream, and then you let go. Because they're trying to create lots of noise so people will come running and go, oh, let go of that kid, that's not your child. Or they can also say, this is not my mom or this is not my dad, and learn to scream that over and over. Next, what do you do if a stranger grabs you and they pick you up? Well, depending on how they pick you up and where they pick you up, there are certain places that children can strike to make the stranger drop them. One is poking to the eyes, scratching the face, hitting the nose with a hammer fist, slapping the ears over and over again to make them let go, punching the throat, kicking to the groin, and screaming stranger all at the same time. So that's our next level that we teach the children. But we always have to reinforce, you never, ever, ever use this on anyone unless your life is in danger, meaning a stranger has picked you up and grabbed you and taken you somewhere. So parents, when you're dealing with your children, not just 3 to 5, not just 6 to 12, but even up to 17 or 18, teenagers are actually, by statistics, some of the most abducted people by strangers because most of the time, I'm sorry to say, teenagers are in la la land. they're on their phone, they're listening to their earphones, they're doing whatever. They're walking through the mall in La La Land. And it's really easy for a predator to reach in and grab somebody and pull them out, cover their mouth, and take them out. So for teenagers, that's why martial arts is good. They have a chance to fight back. Children can run, they can scream, and they can claw if they're touched, but we want them to always get away first. Most important. So these are some of the stranger tactics that we use at Self-Defense for You. If you're interested in knowing more about strangers, please give me a call at 817-203-4225. I'm Tom Hogue with Self-Defense for You, and this is your tip of the week.